a smile on your face? Actually, I don't know any good jokes like that.
Yeah.
But first, you kicked off the season in Vegas. You went 2-3. The first game more resembled a football score. What did you learn about your squad after the first week of play?
We learned a lot. We learned that we're still growing, that we're still learning each other. Most important, though, I learned is that they want to play. They want to compete from top to bottom of the lineup. As you noticed, we messed with a couple of different lineups there. We put people in and out of games. We learned that we have a long way to go, but we learned that we're good, and we're only going to get better.
We know that with this offense, you guys are going to score runs this season. The pitching, I talked to you last week, a lot of newcomers, pitchers just kind of fitting their roles. Is there anyone after the weekend that kind of felt like, hey, we're going to go with this individual more? Is it still just kind of a work in progress week by week?
No, nobody really stood out. We're going to, bullpen by committee. Lexi Shearing, our freshman, did have 2 wins this weekend. Sam Sarmiento threw really well, and Rachel Bennett threw well in relief. So, we're going to continue to mix them. What I did tell my pitchers is that, especially after the first game with Lexi Shearing, is like, she started off rough in the first inning, and I said, trust me, 5-0 is nothing for us. And then we ended up, obviously they put more runs on the board, but we ended up putting 13 runs on the board. And what I came to her after the game is, see what we can do. If you could just do what you do and not stress and not worry so much and put all the pressure on your shoulders, we're going to help you out there. And it was the first weekend outside. First weekend we'd been on dirt. First time we'd seen a fly ball in the air. Even we had some experienced outfielders making errors. Ball a lot different than in the field house. So yes, we had an unsuccessful weekend in the stat category, in the win-loss record, but in the learning experience and showing these girls what we can do and what we're capable of, it was a positive experience. We got to play a lot of people, and we had some people stand out, but we're still going to be playing with things in our lineups and figuring out what our true go-to is going to be, but it's uphill.
Other sports, they have the luxury to have a couple weeks, a month of non-league games.
Yeah.
But for softball, after 1 week in Vegas, now it's conference play. It's here. The games obviously did count and league. And here you go this weekend.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's not easy. We get 5 games in. You really still don't get a feel for yourself. But with this big league schedule that we have, we don't have a lot of time for preseason. I guess exhibition games. But we've been going since September. These girls are ready to go. They got their feet wet this weekend in Vegas, and they realize what's going on, and we're ready for league. And like I keep saying, is we're only going to get better. We're only going to learn each other more. We're only going to realize what we're really capable of. And I'm excited about this weekend. It sucks that we have 2 back-to-back flying trips, but being on the road is nothing new for us.
All right, so conference play this week, and at Dominguez Hills, what did they do last weekend? What have you seen so far? I know it's still early.
We saw a lot. We didn't get a chance to see Dominguez Hills as much as we would like to this weekend, just because of game times. But one thing we did learn is that you can't take a team for granted. Doesn't matter what happened, what their record was or what your record was last year. You have to go out there and play the game, and you have to execute, and you have to pitch the ball, catch the ball, throw the ball, hit the ball. And if you do all those things the way you're capable of, things will happen. So, Dominguez Hills is, they're inexperienced. They kind of got a roster like ours, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but we just have to go out there not expecting to roll over everybody. Can't take anything for granted, but go out there and play Humboldt softball. And if we do that, we're going to be just fine.
Looking at your team, how many players did you start last weekend that was maybe starting for the first time for HSU? Did you have quite
in one game, my oldest person in the infield was a sophomore. That's including pitching and catching. And the sophomore was not a starter last year. So it was pretty scary, but they handle it. I think another time we started 4 freshmen. It's got, with the roster that we have here this year, our freshmen are really gonna have to stand out or step up. And the good thing is we do have a good core, especially in the outfield with Kelly Simon behind the plate as well. That's bringing them along and helping them realize what Humboldt softball is.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah.